As 2026 begins, people have been absolutely glazing 2016 all over again, with sentiment toward the previous decade at an all-time high. Different variations of 2016 representation have popped up before, as the 2016 was the best year ever meme led to the idea that 2026 is actually 2016, and now it's just straight up 2016 nostalgia leading to the modern edits and reflections of a decade ago. There's meditations on meme culture from that era, fashion, and of course the bright and bubbly colours that seemed to be everywhere. However, what a lot of people seem to be bringing up is the fact that 2016 sucked too. Specifically, a lot of celebrities died during this time, to the point that it became a trend big enough for news media to comment on it as memes and edits cropped up. Plus the fact that social media became properly mainstream and a political shitstorm, coalescing into a rage-filled pit of despair and anger at times. So perhaps all this nostalgia represents a world that wasn't necessarily there in truth, only in spirit. After all, 2016 did have a lot of colour going on regarding fashion and filters online. Despite minimalism being in full swing, it was downright maximalist for many, and that is incredibly appealing compared to the modern dogma of understated old money aesthetics. The weird thing is that this type of nostalgia usually occurs in what is known as the 20-year cycle. The 2010s were nostalgic for the 80s and 90s, as shown by the explosion of Stranger Things, as well as the endless only 90s kids remember posts. The 2020s definitely exhibit nostalgia for the early 2000s, yes, but there also seems to be a muddling of eras. The 2010s are seeing a ton of attention, such as the early 2010s millennial optimism, which has become a trend in its own right, glorifying the experience millennials had during that time as incredible and positive. It's interesting that it would kick in and compete with the sentiment surrounding the ideas of millennials being totally cringe. However, it is certainly possible for shitposting to contain multitudes. After all, the 2010s started 16 years ago, which is almost 2 decades. As a result, it could be argued that the internet, and social media at large, has allowed for nostalgia to exist for every possible decade at the same time, as there seems to be an obsession with multiple eras of human history at any given moment. In short, 2016 becoming the focus of 2026 is a trend that has manifested after several timelines of shitposts, namely 2016 being considered the best year ever leading into 2026 is 2016, and finally, straight up nostalgia for a year in which only the good stuff has been remembered. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
Subscribe!